with that hook, you're probably not going to feel too bad about it.
Yep.
The Leona is going to be a little bit more stable and a little bit more able to deal with the rel engages.
With the boomerangs, feels very, very nice. As, yeah, Wukong is pretty good here in the Rise group.
Yeah, not great in the early game, though, unfortunately for him in this situation, whereas Pantheon is incredible. And Life is isolated. They are going to clear this wave, and they may try to, with this stacked up wave, look for a kill. Yehu's also here.
Berserker can't get any of these minions.
Yeah, Bulldog is engaged.
Yeah, over they go. Teddy going to flash out of the way of the seismic shove, and Bulldog doesn't have a brush to run to. That's first blood going over to Andil, as Pyosik just a little late to this party.
The top lane, that really helps things out here for Dudu. He actually probably gets a demolish proc here on the top side, so that will certainly help, as Andil's looking for the engage.
Yeah, and Sponge is already here. Bulldog absolutely nowhere to go. No flash, no chance. And Sponge very happy to tank up that turret. Dudu in between the turrets. And Rich is going to make it back to lane with about 50% health.
The crashed wave and the dragon instead. Yeah, somewhat late Drake in this game at 9 minutes to go over. And it's just going to be a back here for Yehu. DNF, I think they were teetering on.
It feels like overseas, Kaiser is a lot more formidable. We do talk about the... Oh, never mind. I just can't make these points as the Magna Storm does come on through. Sponge going down so low. Andal as well doesn't have the Eclipse anymore. It's Teddy limping out of this fight as Yehu getting chased down here by Berserker and Life, but hits all the Qs. So Berserker going down a little bit lower. Still, it's a good pickoff.
I mean, Teddy here gets caught, barely survives with the barrier there. Berserker finds a really nice angle there. Kind of like Kaisen to Ezreal-esque there.
Oh dear, just mown down by the stars.
Okay, well, that looked really good for a second, but he is then punished. Look at this player.
Yeah, he's like, yep, win some, you lose some.
Survives. It's the Pantheon, though, that follow up that trades this 1-for-1 as he has vision.
Yeah. And with a snatcher out of the way, and that is going to be Feats of Warfare.
Sides, the ability to proc the slow is kind of insane, as DRX have better prio here on the subjective.
Dudu making a rotation over, though. The Unstoppable Onslaught is going to be there as he moves into position.
Life flashes back up.
Yeah, Voidseeker is going to connect with the Rune Prison. Does hold Berserker in place. Still Andal going to be going down alongside Sponge, and DNF just close in on DRX and shut him down.
Yeah, they have so much engage, and DRX just frankly did not respect it. Pyosik's going to pick up the eye. That's not only a secure of the objective, but 2 kills to boot.
Might also be this first turret going down as well, but the minions are just going to leave, and man, no one has pressed any buttons on this outer turret whatsoever, as Pyosik does.
Most powerful parts of DNF's comp is being able to turn on a dime with this Wukong. They have flash for him as well.
Well, Rich finding a 1v1 here into Dudu. Doing a decent job for now that the Eclipse has been completed, but still, Dudu has 2 items. Rich only has 1 and a bit. So it's not feeling fantastic here for the Ambessa.
He just get the
DNF, yeah, they're standing on vision, but there's just not going to be a contest. DRX just electing to give this one up.
That's freebie. And if you give over the prio, then obviously at that point you kind of have to give his life. So look for
Magna Storm will be connecting here onto Sponge, trying to get himself out of this one, but I don't think it's going to work, and it doesn't. Life is going to be able to burn him down. The Hex Gates were also bringing Pyosik in, and this could just mean Otacon at the same time. This game is just falling out of the hands of DRX.
So quickly. And, I mean, they are going to try to get this mid-turret, and they should be able to, but I don't know if it's 100% worth.
Yeah, it is going to be the Unstoppable Onslaught there just to deny Andal's engage. But
feats of strength.
Yeah, feats of strength do go over, but Otacon is picked up by DNF, and that is going to mean a whole lot more. They also answer the turret, as Rich is also able to take down this bottom outer as well. So they're going to be taking a little stopover for picking that one up. As Rich fighting against Dudu, it's a very long lane, no ulti up for the next 8 seconds at least, as Rich does need to respect this Q that's doing a fair bit of work. And look at this. I mean, I feel like Rich is trying so much harder than Dudu, but Dudu is still just winning. In comes Sponge, though, to try and make this an uneven fight, as Rich hasn't even used the ulti yet. There is no way that Dudu's getting out of this one, as the ult picks him up, and down goes the Scion. Rich finally getting some revenge from this horrific early game.
I didn't use the flash that well.
Yeah, that's true. Just needs to be able to get his ult off in the right stages in these fights. The wall is going to be set up. DRX do have Sponge moving up, but Life is going to turn up as well. Sponge a little bit late on this play. The teleport to come in and bring Rich towards the fight. The seismic shove is fantastic. Sponge trying to keep himself alive, but it's not going to work as Rich is just desperately trying to get back to his teammates as Teddy and Andal just a little late on that one. The teleport in brings Dudu over as well. 5 strong for DNF here towards his top side.
Rich has to get out of there, almost finds himself also caught. That was initially looked to me like it might be a Wadid Bulldog Weaver's Wall segment coming through, but instead it ends up being a really nice engage, and it's just these pinches on the top side that DNF have found on the side laners.
They certainly do. DRX do need to put in a lot of work trying to deny this Hextech Soul Point. It's going to be such a huge deal. And like you say, DNF with those tempo vibes, but with also just
real
vision
tempo
control, they will be able.
Baron trade?
That's what DRX are going to consider.
But look at this,
right now.
They just put Berserker on the Dragon basically alone.
Well, in they go. They do manage to eat Dudu's ulti as the Solar Flare is going to hold the Scion in place. It takes forever to take this guy down if they even can do so, and they can't. And so they just give up the Drake.
So Starfall can also get into the back line, but DNF don't care. They're just going to look for this. But a potential turn, Dudu's already here. Late TP from Rich. Life on the flank.
Well, they're once again looking for Dudu as the turn does come in. The Baron has reset. Seismic Shove brings Yehu over to the rest of their team. Or Yehu, if I want to pronounce it correctly. Berserker gets into that backline as Andal also trying to get some work done. They lose the Rise, though, and the Leona's down as well. Teddy just trying to be a hero, but he's melee range with this. Scion is Rich! Oh my god, the savior once again here for DRX as Dudu might be able to kill him, but he has so many dashes, and it is just a top lane battle in the end, and that is going to be
probably would have flashed. Teddy going to spell shield, a little bit of poke here, but once again, DNF still have that prio. That was just a seismic shove. There was nothing committed.
Yeah, DRX needs to move in here, though, because this Dragon could already be started for all they know.
Berserker is starting it, as you say.
Yeah, he is going to get on over there. Solar Flare is going to connect onto the Scion once again. They really want to be able to take down Dudu as Teddy finally does damage to him, but the Drake is just going down. This is Hextech Soul, DRX. You cannot just give this up, but they will anyway. The Grand Starfall does absolutely nothing, as now in goes Andal. There is the public execution to take down the Talia, and Teddy is free hitting. Life going down so low, but Teddy doesn't get hit by any of the abilities, and Rich is a monster. The Rune Prison is fantastic onto Berserker as well, and down he will go. There is the ace for DRX.
But there's so many turrets up, it's not like they can take this into a game. Bulldog gets a shove on Teddy there, for example, and that's just the end of it. Now, I think we're DNF bite off a little bit more than they could chew is they get the Hextech Soul, but then they try to opt into a fight. They use the Weaver's Wall here and go for the
terrifying. But look at this, like the Void Seekers, as soon as they land, they are really starting to cut them down as Rich dashing in over towards Berserker as, oh my god. Yeah, this Ambessa is really a problem.
Yeah, I'm starting to also get a little bit concerned about some of these Bulldog walls. That one was a very defensive one in desperation, but that's
I didn't even see it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I
can see that it's now on cooldown.
Yeah, they walked away, and then he was like, "Don't touch my turret." They were like, "We're out. Don't worry, Bulldog." By POM, and DNF were like, "We gotta somehow kill this guy. How can we do it? We have no prio. Elder spawns."
This is going to have to be a heroic fight here as Solar Flare not doing too much really as Andal goes in. Pioshik finds the back line.
Teddy?
Oh god, the orders from Teddy are massive. He flashes to get out of the way in the public execution. Connects onto Berserker. Rich, where have you been all year, you absolute god? As Dudu goes down and DRX, I think this should be able to, or maybe just the end of the game as Sponge just running towards Berserker as best he can. Needs a little bit of a better arm for that one as the Seismic Shove is likely to do a fair bit of work here, but Sponge is still going to be okay, and DRX are looking to close this one out.
Sponge super low, Teddy was low, but he just did not care. Like I said, they want to kill him, they gotta kill him, but they just can't, Atlas, and he does so much damage. It's like diving a fountain. And they do not have a wave.
Yeah, okay, so it's not the end of the game just yet, but they do have a lot of...
It's gonna have to be a really clean fight here.
I mean, they have so much damage as this will just be secured by Sponge. And now Elder, even though these health bars are low, there's no teleport on Dudu. And so DNF, I don't think you can risk this one.
Ult. Maybe they could catch some of these members and split them and remove some of these buffs. Oh, the turret's still alive. You're going to shelter them. And they're going to get out. And they're going to use this Elder to just turn it into a brief Exodia here.
It can't be Exodia because they do not have the soul.
That's true. You're right.
But as close to as they can get.
I mean, I've always kind of, in my mind, put the Baron who is flashless. Life will have his flash eventually, I think in like 2 minutes, if they could survive through these buffs. Maybe there's a team fight for them. But what should happen is DRX, just with their wave clear, grind DNF down to dust.
Rich doesn't have GA yet. That is a bit of good news here for DNF.
And they're just trying to slow this advance with Hex Tech.
I mean, their composition really does not siege very well here on the side of DRX. Trying to get Rich up to touch this turret is difficult as Solar Flare connects onto Dudu once again. The Grand Starfall to bring in Sponge, but he's straight into the bouncy castle. It's Pioshik will get eaten by a dragon, and unfortunately, even when you kind of try to just throw your life away, you've got a Guardian Angel, you've got an Elder Drake, and they've still got 20 seconds of that one as, oh my, even the ricochets are just doing so much work here.
The wave is getting thin, but there's just enough here, I think, for DRX to end the Weaver's Wall attempt here, but there's too many minions.
Oh, Public Execution is supercharged out of the way of there as DRX still continue. And I think despite everything, DNF are not going to be able to make it work. Despite Hextech's soul, it's not going to be enough to save it as DRX keep them